Mama, is Master gonna sell us tomorrow? Yes, yes, yes. Listen, y'all remember bringing down the house with Queen Latifah and Martin, whatever his name was, up in there when that movie came out some years ago during the 90s. Y'all remember that song where they had that Latino woman that was pretending to be a rich white woman and being racist. Anyway, before I get into the little couple of topics I'm going to talk about real quick, if you are new to the channel, please make sure that you hit the subscribe bell now so that when I upload these videos or go live, you can be one of the first ones to comment and or jump in the chat. Always make sure to hit that thumbs up button. That helps the YouTube channel out a lot. Always, and remember, never forget, share this damn channel. Share these damn videos. Y'all over here tickled to death and y'all ain't sharing this shit with nobody. You're just selfish. You're about as selfish as this motherfucker over here. Uh-oh, let me get my directions together. Up there. There you go. Look at it. Boiled buttered sausage is what it looks like. Just skin and clothes is what it looks like. But anyway, real quick, related to him, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the topics because I got some other stuff I need to do some homework and carrying on. But anyway, so real quick, I don't know if you all have been made aware that here recently, a couple of days ago, there has been an abundance of anonymous text messages sent out to African Americans' phones. Basically, I'm paraphrasing, greetings, yada, yada, yada. Just so you know, on the 9th of November or something like that, show up to your designated spot. And I guess the message was basically saying you get to pick your job, whether you wanted to be a cotton picker or whether you wanted to be a house Negro. Now, I personally have not received one of those text messages. And I can honestly tell you, if I did, you all would know because I would be livid as the real livid. When I saw this, it's mostly going out to college students, middle school students, and things of that nature. Definitely African American. That's the entire I guess the entire the race of people they're targeting. I lost my train of thought. Shit. And first thing I thought when it was reported that I think it was like a 12-year-old girl or a 13-year-old girl that received the message on her phone, and she rushed downstairs to her mom to show it to her. At the time I saw it, there was not any action that I knew of at the time that was being taken, but now I hear that the FBI has gotten involved and they're looking for the culprit in the situation. Now, I feel like we as African Americans, we should not rest or let this story go untold or undiscovered or unfulfilled without finding out the ending of what went on, because in the end, let's just keep it real. We're facing a lot of uncertainties as we got that ding-a-ling over here talking about sitting in the chair being a convicted fucking felon, but he gets to be the president of the United States. But here it is, your cousin Bunky or somebody can't get a job down at the McDonald's or the Wendy's or the Whataburger somewhere, even in a warehouse, shoving around some fucking boxes because they have maybe one felony or one misdemeanor. But this motherfucker got like, 36, 38. All right. I feel though, this is just the beginning of what is to come as far as the negative side or the dark side as we approach and even buckle down and endure this man's presidency once more for the next 4 years. I feel like this is just a sign to come. I mean, they got all kind of shit going on. Monkeys jumping out the zoo and shit, running around in different places. MAGA supporters are jumping in African-American descent people's faces and just acting a plumb fool. I saw one video where one guy was wearing a Make America Great Again hat, and he was in this black young lady's face, and he was just going off. And I know as close as he was, I know some of that mist was getting on her. And whoever you are, lady, I applaud you, because it couldn't have been me. In the words of Kirk Franklin, well, they ain't the correct words, but I'm gonna rework them bitches. It couldn't have been me, Because in the end, first of all, you're invading my personal space. I don't care what you believe in. I don't care what your thoughts are. I don't care what it is you have for breakfast that morning. I don't care. I don't give a two shits what you plan on eating for dinner that night. But what I'm not going to do is have you stand 2 seconds in front of my face and having me to smell whatever it is you had for breakfast 2 weeks ago. Because my whole analogy is when you get too close, all I'm going to holler is back up. Because I'm asking you to bag back, and give me 50 feet. I would tell you 40, but your breath too strong to me. So back your ass up and get on over there a little bit. So me personally, this is a PSA for anybody that sees me in the public. Please don't try that with me. Please don't. Because honestly, had I been present in the moment that was taking place with that young lady and that white gentleman, I'm not even going to tell y'all what I would have done, because chances are, again, I'm trying not to get this channel canceled or paused again, because I done that shit last year with some of the things that I've had to say on my platform that I built in order to express myself and utilize my freedom of speech. But again, things are being manipulated in a way that not only are your rights possibly, you're looking at your rights to be taken away, even the possibility of freedom. We've always known that there was a possibility, but that was usually predicated upon you doing something wrong that you knew was illegal, and the possibility of taking your ass down into the courthouse, standing before a judge. You might end up in, a cement bedroom. But now we're more so facing a time where some of the policies that this jackass tends to implement is basically jeopardizing the freedom of people that are actually law-abiding citizens that go to work every day to pay their goddamn bills, because God knows, most people just go to work just to pay bills. They're really not enjoying life as it is. You know what I mean? And it's just a sense of despair that I feel as we approach this time of this fucked up inauguration, and whatever. The switching of power and all this different stuff, when honestly looking at anybody that sits in the chair in the White House really don't have no fucking power at all. I feel as though they are ran by more so the powers that be, people like, am I going right? People like this sad sock-faced looking motherfucker here, because he's the one that says, oh, to the American people, prepare for a short period of harshness and all that. We've been going through a long period of harshness. We don't want any short periods. We don't want anything added to the shit we've already dealt with, not including that sack of shit with that white hat on his head to my Make America Great Again. What you mean is make America white again. And it's just my opinion. This is all just my opinion. It's not based off fact, but I am of the utter belief that I'm sure that the MAGA administration, to some degree, is behind these text messages going out to African Americans. It's almost like they're telling you, all right, bitch, y'all been talking about it, but get ready. The Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria, whatever the fuck it is you came in on, was that the other people? Don't matter. They're looking to get your ass back to work. You heard the man say, if you depressed, you ain't feeling good, work your ass off and that'll make you feel better. When he ain't never worked a day in his life. 6, 7 bankruptcies, 36 felonies, God knows how many failed marriages, 3 or 4, in my opinion. I'm sure it was less than that, but still, fuck that. I'm inflating things today the same way they're going to do the economy when he gets his ass up in there. And then they're saying that a decent percent of Latinos voted for him. Okay, good. I hope that they get every single fucking thing they thought they would, including ICE knocking at their doors, which is what he has planned. ICE knocking at your doors and planning a mass deportation. So for your grandma that's in there making tortillas or fucking homemade flatbread or homemade corn rolls, whatever the fuck it is they make, elote and all that stuff, for your grandma that's in the kitchen that throw down so well, fucking well your grandma been over here since the 60s probably, and she ain't never got no fucking paperwork or no green card. Hell, she probably ain't even take the time to worry about having to learn any English. And I want this to be taken as a message that's from my opinion and my heart. These are not cold hard facts, and I'm definitely not trying to put anybody down except these mofos behind me, with the exception of this one. I don't even know who the fuck this is. I think that's one of Trump's children. I don't know, don't care, don't give a damn. Because she's probably on one of the only ones, aside to the jackasses that's aligned with her right here in this photo, that is going to benefit from the shit that he plans to implement. So me personally, I already began processing my shit to probably go ahead and take flight and get the fuck up out of here, because I'm not trying to be one of the ones sitting around. We've already seen a pandemic in my lifetime. I've already seen a pandemic. You all have as well, right? I'm not trying to sit around here and wait for World War III to kick off and for this man to possibly talking about he want all the men and children and shit to go on the front line. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I've fought enough battles that were not mine in my lifetime, and I'll be goddamned if I go and start a fight for be involved in a fight that has absolutely much of nothing to do with me. A war that is going to possibly take place, and this is just me thinking, from the actions of some baked sweet potato head looking ass, swirl wig wearing idiot and you're telling me that because you caused all these problems, because you fucked with certain people and you lay around there and ruffled somebody else's feathers, you expect me to go out there and defend you? I don't think so. If you want to be a king, I'm gonna tell you what kings did back in the day when they had to go out there for war. Kings were on their horse. They had their shit ready, and they were on the front line ready to go out and fight with their people. Donald Trump, in my opinion, is an internet thug. He's a dummy. He ain't got no business being up in no White House seat. Tell you how it has supposed to have gone in the first place. The very first time he even ran in politics, when he ran up against Hillary in 2016. The whole ploy about that was it was actually supposed to be just this thing to awaken the people or the Republican Party, or kind of just shake things up a little bit, throwing a celebrity in there. He really wasn't intending to win. He really wasn't even supposed to win. It's just so happened that people decided that he was, the closest thing to white, because I can't say white because the motherfucker's orange. You know what I'm saying? But he was the closest thing to white. And, his appendage between his legs is the one thing, and his popularity probably amongst the people like with shit like Celebrity Apprentice and all of this other stuff is the only thing that got him a foot in the door. And the fact that Hillary was a woman. And here we stand again. And I'm this whole video was not even supposed to be about this, but fuck it, I'm gonna put it in the way I feel. We stand here again. Now we have an African-American female that is overly qualified for a position that the American people, not all, but some of the idiotic, patriotic, dumb motherfuckers out here feel like she doesn't have the capacity to run the country when she's been in the legal system the whole time. From ground zero up, even has a college education. And what does he has? He didn't even go to the school of hard knocks. He went to the school of jackasses and got a PhD and a master's. Here's another one over here. Where you at? Bring it to me. This one over here. From my understanding, this motherfucker ain't never got no real education. Everything he did it the same way Donald Trump did, in swindlation and bamboozlery. Swindling the people and bamboozling them out of shit. And the biggest issue is the people, I feel, my opinion again, in America are so caught up on other shit that does not benefit them. And what we have to get into the habit of doing is not even being bothered with things that don't serve us. Anything that does not serve you in your personal life and definitely in your everyday life, this is going to be a product of what is to come. These motherfucking hands go. This is going to be a product of what's to come, because you already see this this goof. I can't get my direct. This ugly motherfucker here, and I'm feeling away, so I don't care if anybody don't like it. I don't give a fuck. That it is what it is. I'm saying what I got to say, because for Caitlyn Jenner to get her Father Time Dr. Lurch, hunchback, Notre Dame looking ass up on the internet talking about she never seen a man beat a woman so bad since the Olympics. I guess you should know, bitch, you done lived both lives. You got so much money, bitch, you decided not to be Bruce no more and go to gym. Then you take your wild banana nut, Debbie cake face looking ass, you big moon pie face, bitch, you decide to go out here, and every time there's something going on with an African American person, this zip lip bitch got time today to open her mouth. Same shit happened when O.J. Simpson died. Now I kind of understood that a little bit because she had a little connection to him when she was a man. In her past life as a man, she had a connection to it. You know what I mean? With the Nicole Simpson and all that shit. Slight small connection. But in this shit, bitch, you involved yourself in this. And my whole thing is, how could you stand united with someone that plans to demolish your whole entire life, your whole being of who you said you are now? Because all he's doing is calling your stupid big eyebrow ass too. Talking to Caitlyn Jenner. I don't care how she feel about it. For you to get your moon pie face ass up on any platform, I've always been disgusted with Caitlyn Jenner. The whole way she did everything, it had to play out on TV because he, she, him was a celebrity. And let's make it clear, I am not being disrespectful. My intent is not to be disrespectful to the trans community. Let me start off with that first and foremost. Because I'm of the gay community. So please take that shit somewhere else. We ain't talking about no trans. We talking about this bitch. Where she at? We talking about this long, gristle neck, leopard skin, leotard, lizard looking motherfucker here. That's what we talking about right here. Came out, decided to be a whole female. Now all of a sudden, you know everything about politics. Bitch, the only thing we ever seen you involved in was the Olympics. That was the only thing that you were in that you were successful in. And to show you how privilege works, where I done already, conquered the lifestyle or the life of a man. I done got children, I done had a wife, and I done had my career, and I done made my money. So now I'm gonna live my life as a female and see how well accomplished I can be with that. I can just tell you right now, bitch, not well accomplished at all. We don't like you. We don't like you. Never have, and with an attitude like that, bitch, like Fred Sanford say, you never will. You already came out yourself seeking validation for whom you've been hiding all of the years that you were raising them goddamn kids and dealing with that Chris woman. And because at this point, you and Kristen had so much surgery and all kind of shit, your bitches are starting to look like sister brothers. I don't know whether she did the transformation or you. Because you're both UGLY and neither one of you have no alibi, but you got plenty of money. And that's what gets you by. And that's the whole thing about it. People that have is who Trump is going to be more in favor of. People that have issues, that are day-to-day issues that we see as real human beings. People that are concerned about their light bill being paid, knowing they're only 1 or 2 paychecks away from being put the fuck out of their car being picked up, knowing that you getting off from work and probably got to come home and trying to figure out you got to make $1 out of 15 cents just to put a goddamn meal on the table, even if it's just for yourself. Things have gotten to be just that high. And for everybody saying, oh, up under the Biden administration, it's all bullshit. Really remember, all of this shit that you've been writing off of the last 4 years that is so fucked up really came at the hands of the same man that y'all just decided y'all want to sit in the same seat. That was his administration that bled over into the Biden administration. And people don't really understand that. A lot of the time, even when like Obama, when he got into the office, he had a whole lot of shit to clean up and still didn't get the house tidy. That Bush left behind. But for people that are black and brown, we see, and I'm not just saying black and brown people, because anybody that's out there a Trump supporter or just, okay, put it like this. If you out there knowing you already got it hard and you making a little change, you ain't making Zuckerberg or what that meant by that boy, Elon's money, you know what I'm saying? But you making a little change, but things just ain't the way they used to. You having to stretch that motherfucking nickel. You having to squeeze it just to make a buffalo poop. But everybody's, you're not looking at the fact that that is still currently going on and things have not decreased yet. I had a coworker of mine at work, and I hope she don't see this, but if she do, I just want her to know how foolish she sounded when she said this goofy ass shit. The day after the election, went to work, and nobody was in a good mood. People got to work early. We all sat in our cars looking at each other with our hands on our heads. Some bitches scratching their heads. Some bitches over here smoking cigarettes. Some just laid back in the seat, just not wanting to be bothered. Right? And then she comes in and everybody's morale is down. Nobody really feeling like being bothered with anything. And then she comes in and she goes, well, since Trump's in there now, at least we'll have cheaper groceries. Huh? Trump's going to be in office now, so at least we'll have decent price of groceries. Okay. So you'll take them cheap groceries that he ain't going to give you versus your rights as a woman and as a female and as a mother. He trying to take y'all ass back, all of our asses back. No, I'm going to say y'all because I ain't going to be over here. Trying to take everybody, in my opinion, back to the Jim Crow stages. He's in his Gladys Knight voice. I want to go back to a time, when they had people named Mammy and not Mamie. I want to go back to a time when we could eat the good food that black folk cook, like hot water cornbread and shit like that. And this time we might not make them eat just the leftovers of the pig, the cow, and the hog and all that kind of stuff. We'll let them sit and eat over in another house. They'll get a little decent meal. I want to go back to a time when if you looked at me walking down the sidewalk in my face as a white man or a white woman, that was to deem your ass as doing something illegal or unmoral. And that is to deem you being carted off by the police and being jailed for several days and losing everything you ever owned or worked for. He wants to go back to a time when they were doing stuff like using them trees for decoration. Certain people being the decoration. Catch that if you will. I'm not going to say it, but just catch that shit. I know you ain't got to listen. You ever heard Nina Simone's Strange Fruit? Go listen to, when you get off here, if you don't do nothing else other than hit that motherfucking subscribe button and that share button, I need the third thing for you to do when you get off here, and I said 2 fingers up. The third thing for you to do, I need you to get off here and go Google YouTube. Go on YouTube and look for Nina Simone's Strange Fruit. And if you haven't seen Nina Simone's documentary, it is a very interesting documentary. If I'm not mistaken, it is broadcasted on Netflix. Take some time and go look at Nina Simone's documentary, and definitely go listen to that song for you. For those of you who like music and that grasp those lyrics so quickly, and it does something for you, because everybody, music moves everybody in a certain way. But there are those people that music, there's not a lyric in the song. I don't give a goddamn if you rapping that bitch like Mystical or if you rapping that bitch like what's that white boy, Eminem. You're gonna catch it. So what I need you to do is go ahead and YouTube, after you get off here with me, go and look up Nina Simone's Strange Fruit, and you'll understand everything I'm talking about. For you young people, go listen to that shit. You older ones, you might know what I'm talking about, but from around my age, you just may or may not know, because honestly, I just found out about Strange Fruit during COVID. Knew about Nina Simone, but didn't know a lot about her until I watched her documentary. They tried to say that she was crazy. They tried to say that she had a mental disease, and she kind of admitted to some of it. But there's, without a shadow of a doubt, she let you know that she ain't that motherfucking crazy. That she knew racism was going on, and that she knew that as black as she was, if she was caught in the wrong places, during the wrong times, that it may be the end of her. But again, he wants to go back to a time when they can arrest people just predicated off of how you look, what your skin tone looked like. I want to go back to a time when interracial marriages were illegal in this country. That's what he wants. So for all of y'all that's loving, that got that jungle fever shit, and that voted for him, he about to have a cure to your jungle fever. He want to go back to a time where the woman was barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen, Because the woman was on the good, and how they say the woman was on the good in two places. The kitchen and the bedroom, Florida. The kitchen and the bedroom. Y'all remember that shit on Good Times? Don't say it, James. Don't say it. The kitchen and the bedroom, Florida. The kitchen and the bedroom. Meaning your ass is on the good enough to get in there and make that hot water cornbread. Take care of them children. Fry that chicken. Because even though they're white, you know they love the same kind of stuff we like to eat because we know how to make it taste good. You know? They want to go back to all of that shit. And all of those things are a disadvantage to you, me, and anybody of the same persuasion or color. I was watching what Ted Cruz was being Ted Cruz was, I believe, like 2 hours or 4 hours ahead of time congratulating himself and celebrating because he knew that Colin Allred wasn't going to win the senator over here in Texas. That speaks volumes. Just like Donald Trump was telling everybody, you ain't got to go vote for me. Don't worry about voting. I have more than enough votes. He knew the last time he kept saying it was rigged in favor of Biden, but he made sure this time that it was rigged in favor of himself. My opinion. You don't like it? I don't give a fuck. Go to the next channel. We gonna speak the real over here. And I ain't had 1 iota of drink today. I'm on this bitch sober ass Seymour. Giving y'all this information. I just finished giving myself a little facial and hopefully it did me some good. I don't know. I'm trying to keep my youthful look, child. But look at the people that are aligned with one another. All these famous folk that y'all love so much, that y'all endear so much, white and black, because the white ones ain't the only ones. You have some ninjas out there doing some shit and saying some shit that got money and thinking everything is going to pan out in their favor. That's why I say for all of you, for you black men that were so gung-ho on voting for Trump and wanted him in because a woman couldn't run the country, I hope you get your heart's desire and everything you're looking for. I hope all the promises that he made you were worth it. For the small percent of African-American women, and some of the ones I've seen on TikTok talking about a woman can't run this country, just say you can't, bitch, because you can't run your house, because you can't keep your emotions in check. Every woman is not the same, just like every man is not the same. No one is as the same as the other. I don't give a damn if you're twins. Everybody still has their differences, and their qualities, you know what I'm saying, that nobody else has. That tells you in your DNA and your fingerprint, ain't no motherfucker like you. Now you may share some common traits with people. And as we can see, the common trait between all of these standing behind me is a trait of jackasses. A trait of complete assholes that are oblivious to the fact of anybody, because at the end of the day, you can rest assured that if any one of them motherfuckers was in your position and at home and having to work a 9 to 5 and make them bills work and have to run that household and make ends meet, they wouldn't be on that side. I promise you. Now, as far as the shit about the illegal immigrants, I'm with that, whether it have been Democratic or Republican, because what I saw here recently was the mayor, I think, of New York is putting out all them damn people that were sent over there. I didn't know the people was getting $300 a fucking week as a voucher and paid hotel stays and $300 a week for food. That's the kind of shit we as the American people deserve. We are the ones that need that. How in the ever fuck did they even pull that off? You know how? Because we were too busy looking at shit that was going on with Diddy funky ass. We were too busy looking at shit that was going on with Bill Cosby and R. Kelly and Bill Gates, what the man's name was, Epstein, and all these other people, all these other big name celebrities. And when we always say that, when there's always some big news about somebody that you revered or that has been a public figure or an icon, when there's some negative shit that comes down the pipeline about that person, it always takes the attention of the United States. It always takes the attention of the American people. That's what I meant to say. It always takes the attention of the American people. They know just what to do and just what to say and just what to put in front of you to throw you off your game. And they've learned it so well that they keep it constantly in rotation to where, shit, you so caught up in daily working. I'm of the utter belief that honestly, there's a few things. One, during election time, nobody should be at work. We should all be attending to the fucking election and finding out what's going on and keeping in touch and being informed. Second thing I believe is no matter what president or what a party gets into the White House, whether they be, if put it like this, if you have a Republican president, I feel like the vice president has to, by default, has to be chosen as the vice president. If a Republican is president, I feel, in my opinion, that the vice president should be a Democratic Party. And if the president is a Democratic, I do believe that the vice president should be a Republican Party, a Republican individual. So that way, it's like y'all bitches is in the White House married. Y'all have to make this shit work. You have to go through the grievances. You have to go through all the ideas. You have to go through all of the chemistry. You have to go through everything that you know that and exhaust all of your options to know what is best going to work for the American people and come to a conclusion. And they should be given a certain amount of time, a time to where it would not be detrimental to the people of America to make any concise decision moving forward for the people. Because what is not understood is that we the people, y'all don't understand, we the people, we run this shit. This our house. They just the house managers. You know what I'm saying? We just put them over there in case just to make sure shit goes smoothly. And it never does. But I'm of the utter belief that in the presidency, that is how it should go. So far much I believe that to the point to where, honestly, regardless of what happens, even if, okay, say it like this. In this instance, what Donald Trump won the presidency, right? It tastes so fucking nasty coming out of my mouth. I almost want to just throw up. But he won the presidency for 2025. I feel like by default, Kamala should be the vice president to him. Now, y'all drop down in the comment section and let me know what y'all think. I think that's how it should go. And even if he and Kamala feel like there's too much of headbutting and that they feel like they can't do this thing together, he should have to. Again, by default, there should be a secondary person in line that he gets to look at to say, okay, well, I'll take Waltz as my vice president. That is the way I think it should be, because that way it's two of you in there, and no matter what goes on in the Oval Office behind the people's out of the people's sites, which we should be having to where we updated on all this shit. Y'all ain't got nothing secret from us. Because quiet as kept, we pay for all this shit. I get up every morning, help pay for all this shit. Your flights, your gas. They say you can't take care of no two households. Bullshit. Bullshit. I'm taking care of this one over here, and I'm taking care of the White House. All of us are. Every last one of us. If you got out there off your ass and got a job and you working and paying your bills and paying taxes, you are paying for the White House. You paying for their fancy jets. You paying for their fuel, their protection, and all that shit, all the things that you are not afforded to have. So I still say to that, it's no different than your pastor. So at the end of the day, I feel with that, you are always to have a say. This is a fucking democracy and not a republic. When you look at some of the shit that they tell you, they have you to recite to the public, what is it, the republic of which it stands, to the United States of America. The republic. And if I got that shit wrong, somebody jump down in the comments and tell me to. I wouldn't give a fuck anyway, because 9 times out of 10 it was wrong when it came out in the first goddamn place, and everything they was doing and saying has been wrong for the past 300 to 400 years. I'm sure more than that. More than that. So we don't need people like this motherfucker here, another businessman that's trying to run the country like a business. This is not a business. This is our lives y'all are fucking with. And our livelihood. And I just don't think that you all reserve the right to bully us the way that you think you're going to see fit to do them. Because if nobody else, that Attorney General over there in I think it was Pennsylvania, she let them know we prepared to work with the Trump administration. She said we've been preparing for it for months. Now that to me said something that we've been preparing for it for months. I don't know if that was in case of, or we already know what's going to happen. Either way, she said that she's not gonna play that bullshit with Donald and his merry band of thieves with their fuckery over there to the thing. Say she ain't having it. She gonna protect her people at all costs. Now, some of us should be worried as shit, especially if those of us that live in Texas, because Hot Wheels, aka Greg Abbott, and Ted Cruz, Fruit Loop, Toucan Sam Nose having looking ass, they are all friends to him. And so I feel like we should probably be worried just a little. But I tell you what, if it gets too hot in the kitchen, I'm gonna excuse myself and grab my pocketbook and shit, and I'm gonna go and get goes. I'm not gonna stick around to see the end like that. I'm just hoping that's not what's gonna happen. And there is a light at the end of the tunnel, but it starts with you. You watching this, it starts with you and me. No one person can do this alone. And every time I turn this way, I look at that gobstopper looking bitch back there in the back with that half midriff blouse on, looking like Lady Day at midnight on church service Sunday, looking for Sunday school Bibles, books, and little boys. I can't believe she had nerve to even open her mouth with them fucking monkey lips that her and Elon Musk and Donald Trump have. I don't care. Get mad. If you're a Trump supporter, bitch, go ahead and get off this page. I don't care. I don't want you here no how. But I'm willing to discuss it. I'm willing to discuss it. And I thought about it. I just may do a live and open the panel up to some people to come on and discuss their views and their thoughts and maybe even some of their grievances. I think I just may do that. I'm not sure. I'm undecided. I'm trying to make sure I shake the dust from my feet and shake this fuckery off my back and the bullshit from my brain that has taken place over this last week. But keep that in mind as we go about this. You guys, we are the key pillar of everything that is to take place. It is just for us to wake up and understand that. And understand it's not just voting. Voting is a very important key of it all. But you do have to understand that there are other things and other avenues that have to be taken in order to get what it is we want. And I don't mean ever in a violent way. I'm not talking about violence. I'm not a violent man, I'm not a killer, but don't push me. I'm not talking about violence. I'm saying that there is a system that is here for us to work it. They may have designed it to where you don't understand it and how to actually navigate it. But if you navigate how to get food stamps, income tax and all that shit, but you know you ain't worked a day in your life or even hit a lick at a snake, as my grandmother would say, and you getting unemployment and all this other stuff, you, my friend, have just worked the system. So that knowledge that you've used in the correct way can get all the way up to the top where a lot of this shit can be eradicated. I mean, exiled, period. But it has to start with an understanding and an agreement, because what I don't understand is why is it not understood that we as the American people, black, white, Chinese, whether you're legal, but I'm going to say whether you legal tax-paying citizens do not understand that racism needs to go so fucking far away from here, it's not even funny. We have bigger fish to fry. They're trying to fry all our ass, in my opinion. They're trying to put all our ass in the poorhouse, in my opinion. They're trying to have all us out here on the streets of Calcutta begging for bread. Now you mean to tell me all this shit you done talk, the plan is for us to be eating the dogs and the goddamn cats? I'm not going to do it. I don't eat no two-legged cat, and I damn sure ain't going to eat no four-legged cat, all right? Got the dog up here, she all worried and shit, watching the fucking debate, trying to figure out whether she gonna be tonight's dinner. Trying to count her days to see how long she got left because she's scared. Ain't no, anytime the people and the animals is living in fur, something is wrong. If your cat walking around the house looking at you side-eyed, bitch, you know why. If Doodles is walking around there looking at you side-eyed, you know good and goddamn well as to why. You can let that dog or that cat watch that bullshit. If kibbles, nibbles, or bits is looking at you side-eyed, you know why. Because they think you sitting up there right now trying to figure out a recipe to baste and roast their monkey ass. They're eating the dogs and eating the cats, eating the dogs and eating the cats. Yeah, you talking about filet mignon. Hey, Friskies, bitch, a can of Friskies. And what's going on? I sure wish he do start with Ice. I hope the first stop he sent Ice to is these motherfuckers upstairs. I would love for him to knock on their door. Matter of fact, somebody put the number out there. I might have laid right there, call a number and send them right to their address and have them go take a little look-see, because I don't trust what y'all up there doing. But anyway, the whole thing about it is we are headed possibly in a direction that is going to lead us on a faster track to the end. Y'all seen Leave the World Behind? Didn't that shit start off with monkeys jumping out the cages and running around all over the city and shit, getting into stuff, acting crazy? And then with him involved, and there's no coincidence that Tesla was involved in the whole situation, running rampant around the thing, carrying on, tearing up shit and killing people. If you ain't seen it, go watch it. Leave the World Behind. It's something to watch, I tell you. But go check out Nina Simone's Strange Fruit, and I guarantee you'll feel a different way about a lot. And she ain't the only one, but you'll feel a different way about a lot. But anyway, I'm 40 minutes in. I done took my time way over. If this is your first video, please go ahead and hit that subscribe bell so when I go live or upload these videos, you can be one of the first ones to jump in the chat or jump in the comments section and give me your thoughts. Let me know how you feel about the video, the topic, and my opinion. Also, make sure to hit that thumbs up bell. YouTube, I keep telling y'all, goes wild for that shit. My money just keep raking and running in. I need y'all to handle that for me. And the other thing that helps the money the dough come raking in, so because I got my presidential campaign coming up. I got to save my money like Lil Dicky. Share these videos. I am running for president. I'm letting y'all know now in 2029, I will be Donald Trump's main running mate. And I've already picked out, my slogan. My slogan is "Make America Affordable Again." That is, because y'all gonna need him when he done with y'all ass. I'm gonna get y'all loaves of bread back down to 98 cents and shit like that. I'm gonna see if I can work on y'all gas price and get that back down to 98 cents, at least $1.50, $1.75, some shit like that. And all this clone meat and stuff, we got to get rid of that. I have some plans for y'all. I'm telling y'all now. Get ready. Get ready for your donations, get ready for your votes, and get ready to help me on my goddamn campaign. Ajae Red for 2029 president. Make America affordable again. All right, I love you guys so much. Until the next video, take care of yourself, love yourself first and foremost, always, and only love on those who love on you in the same in return, because ain't nobody got time for no land. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna go and get out of here. Love you guys and see you later.